My favorite part about the trip to Belfast was definitely just meeting the different groups of kids and our hosts in Belfast. My group worked with the people at White House Presbyterian, and I've just never felt more welcomed, and it was just such the definition of a community.
My favorite part was probably seeing a new country that I've never seen, and learning new culture and learning about violence that I didn't even know was going on over there.
But I also really enjoyed just getting to know the youth that were our age and still being able to keep in touch with them through Facebook and stuff, because I still talk to them a lot.
The main thing is really they're just like us. Like, they come from a different cultural background. They've gone through probably more hard times than us, but deep down we realized we had more similarities and differences.
Going on the justice journey was really an opportunity after our experience in Belfast to make it real for our kids, what types of separations and divisions we have here in our country.
It's easier to see what's wrong with other communities, but we're not fully aware of, what's in our own backyard or just a few states away. So we just thought it would be a, great opportunity to build that bridge between what's going on in Belfast and compare and contrast it to what goes on, in our home country.
Alright, the thing I took most from that justice journey was you learn about it in school, you read about it, but until you experience it firsthand, it's a whole different thing. Like standing in the church in Birmingham where the kids were burned, you felt like you were there.
We were kind of taking what we saw in Belfast home with us almost. We were recognizing the divides we had in our own country and working on that. And applying what we learned in Belfast to Mississippi. And well, obviously we learned in Belfast that there was a huge schism between the Catholics and Protestants. And I think we have our own great divides here in the States. And I think that Northern Ireland has, and the United States for that matter, has come a long way in patching up those divides, but obviously still both have a long way to go.
Even though it's not like legally in laws and stuff, there isn't segregation anymore and stuff, like there's still a lot of conflicts that people don't recognize as much as they do in Northern Ireland, I feel like. So I think it's good for us to learn what they've done there and then like apply it here like for real. I think similar to the Belfast trip, the connections between the different youth groups were really interesting for me to like see and kind of learn from, I guess. We went down with 3 other youth groups from the south side of Chicago, south and west side. And none of us really knew each other, and at first we were all like sitting on the bus separately, by youth group, not intermingling, and then there was a lot of conflict in the group, I guess, the first beginning. And then after we all sort of got over that, we all were like really intermingled, and like we all became good friends. And at the end, like the most physical manifestation, I guess, was the bus ride home when we were all just like mixed together and like all, in a group and not sitting by group, I guess, sitting by a youth group. So I thought it was really cool to see how we could all come together while we were learning about other people coming together.
Well, I live in Lincoln Park, just one of the nicer neighborhoods in Chicago. We really don't deal with violence like on the south side, and you really feel disconnected from those parts of the city when you live in a neighborhood like I do. And I mean, at times you feel bad because you want to help and you don't know what to do.
I think that Americans can learn I think the importance of kids starting the reconciliation process. There were a lot of efforts in Northern Ireland from the children to make amends between Catholics and Protestants, and they really saw the importance of coming together and whether it be like a newspaper or the place that we were staying at where the kids come together and play sports. I think that they really saw the importance in starting that reconciliation process and not relying on their elders who were the root of the problem to start it for them. I think that a lot of kids in America can learn that it's not just some older person's responsibility to start reconciliation processes between divisions we have here in the States.
I think that from what we've seen on both Belfast and the Justice Journey is that it's starting to evolve and happen more in the younger generations, and I agree. I think that people of this generation and people our age are starting to see with more of an open mind, and I think that hopefully that will evolve into something somewhat permanent. And
Ultimately, I think time and understanding are the things that will further reconciliation in the United States. I wish everyone could go on a justice journey because it made very real what you learn in school and what you read in the papers, but it was an incredible experience to actually walk the journey of the civil rights, and really opened my eyes, even as someone who did not grow up in that era, but has been very open to people of different ethnic backgrounds. Still made me aware of some of my own prejudices that I don't even think about.